It's Windows Phone 2.0, but this time, it ain't actually that bad. So anyways, this phone, tablet, costs $13.99 US, which may sound like a lot, and it is, but for a foldable, it's actually kinda cheap. The Huawei Mate XS and Galaxy Z Fold2 cost way more. But is there a big amount of compromise? Well, sort of, but not really. It's kind of unfair because while Samsung and Huawei have made a phone that turns into a tablet, the Surface Duo is more of a phone that turns into a, double phone? Does that make any sense? Anyways, let's get into the specs. Oh, and by the way, I'll be doing a few comparisons to existing foldable phones and how they pulled off each segment. With this phone, you get a SnapDragon 855 chipset. It's better than the mid-range chipset we got with the Razr, but still, the Z Fold2 you get a Snapdragon 865 Plus, or an Exynos 990 I think, but we don't talk about that. It's fine, but even the standard 865 is about 30% faster, well, according to Antutu at least. The phone has either 128 or 256 gigabytes of UFS 3.0 storage and 6 gigabytes of LPDDR4X RAM. It's not the most efficient RAM, but it's alright. There's no microSD slot, but that's fair enough because hardly any flippy phones have that feature. The battery is 3,577 milliamp hours in capacity. It's pretty small, don't you think? And it's a tablet too, so that's more display being powered, which results in more drain. Microsoft did this for the phone to be less than 5mm unfolded and 10mm folded up, but battery life is a big concern. The charging maxes out at 18 watts, nice to have a fast charger. Not that it's amazing, but it's just nice to have, because the iPhone 11 would like to say hi. The typing experience on this phone, laptop, it's actually quite good. There's multiple settings to resize and tinker with the keyboard. There's an alright side fingerprint scanner on, the side of the phone. Laptop, tablet. You know what I mean, right? There's really only one display on this foldy, thing. That's because the hinge is 360 degrees. The screen is an 8.1-inch AMOLED panel with a 2700 by 1800 resolution with a 3:2 ratio, which gives it a ratio similar to that of the iPad, though not exactly the same. The screen-to-body ratio is 72.1%, which is pathetic. The bezels are massive on this phone, tablet, laptop thing. Some people may not mind this, but most will. It kind of makes the device a bit too large and bulky. Anyways, the screen is protected by a Gorilla Glass 5. When folded, the screen is 5.6 inches, the resolution is 1350 by 1800, and the ratio is 4:3. We have another aspect ratio problem similar to the one on the Z Fold2, though the aspect ratio is less of an issue here because they're very similar to the aspect ratio of an iPad. I've used an iPad. It does take a bit to get used to apps and how they're all laid out, but you do eventually get used to it. Oh, and I'll also like to point out that you can use a stylus with this device. It's great, and it really reinforces the fact that this is indeed a tablet in your pocket. The phone, tablet, you know what, I'll just call it a device from now on. It weighs 250 grams. There's no IP rating, but a water resistance rating would be basically impossible for a foldable phone, so that gets a pass. There's no headphone jack, mission failed, but the speakers are alright, and you can use USB-C headphones that come in the box, or you could also use wireless headphones. The hinge is pretty great. It rotates 360 degrees and it feels awesome. Now to the cameras. There's an 11 megapixel wide lens with an f2.0 aperture and PDAF. And that's it. The main camera is also used for selfies too. I would say that the camera's better than most laptops, on par with most tablets, but worse than the cameras in phones, so I think that's okay. This device is pretty good. It's just that there are some very high highs like the hinge, stylus, and thinness, and some very low lows like the battery life and chunky bezels. I still can't really recommend foldable phones that to anyone that's not the most adventurous user out there, but I still think that they're pretty cool. Hey, thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe. I'll be reviewing the Racer 2 when it comes out. Tap the like button too. Check out the videos on screen if they sound interesting. I have my Z Fold2 review there, which is another flippy phone. Join my Discord server and bye.